Jungkook's footsteps stopped. He had been walking down the hallway silent as always, ready to remind you about the documents he needed bagged. When he heard it, a soft low voice, your voice, he frowned at first. Not out of concern, but because it was unusual to hear you talk so quietly. His hand rested on the doorknob, but he didn't enter. Something in him stopped him. Then he heard a sign, a deep, tired sign from the other side of the phone. Your room was dim, the lamp casting a warm pool of light. You were sitting on the bed, your phone on speaker. Beside you, as he folded his shirt into his travel bag, packing his bag for his trip. You tried to smile through your voice, but it cracked. He never talked to me, never even tried to know me. I don't even remember the last time he hugged me or smiled at me without that tiredness on his face. He doesn't deserve a delicate woman like me, someone who always waits for him, but he never appreciates my efforts. He was always like this, not just with me, but with everyone. He is so cold and hard-hearted. He never learned how to care about anyone. I deserve better, so much better, and he will never be able to give me that happiness. He doesn't deserve me. Your voice broke as he continued. He is not forgiven for putting me in this situation where I don't even have words to defend him. He doesn't deserve my love. It hurts that I am the only one carrying this relationship, the only one putting efforts, the only one loving. You sighed and sat on the edge of the bed, his shirt still in your hands, half folded. Jungkook peeked into the room just a little and saw you. You didn't look like the Ryan he knew, not the one who always smiled for him, not the one who waited for him every night with hope in her eyes. For the first time in these 2 months of marriage, he saw your eyes hollow, the spark in them lost somewhere, and he knew he was the reason. And now it finally hit him, all of it. How hard-hearted he was with you, how cold, how distant, how he never gave you even the smallest piece of warmth to hold on to. He had pushed you so far that you had lost all hopes. Jungkook swallowed hard, his throat tightening painfully. He rested the back of his head against the wall beside your door, eyes closing as he listened silently, punishing himself with every word you spoke. Inside the room, your voice waved again. That's what Hannah said. She been trying to make me understand this for so long. Jungkook's eyes snapped open. Hannah, his sister. Not by blood, but their bond is stronger than any blood-related siblings. He frowned, not in anger at her for making you against him, but at himself. The fact that someone else had to tell you what he should have made you feel from the start. Your mother's voice comes softly through the speaker. And what do you feel, Ryan? You let out a shaky breath, shoulder falling. I don't know, Mom, but I realized she was right. Jungkook's chest tightened harshly. You believed it. You genuinely believed he didn't deserve you, that he did never try, never love, never change. And hearing you admit it out loud, he felt something collapse inside him, something he didn't even know existed. He had lived among cruel people his whole life. He did never cared if someone walked away. He did never needed anyone, but the thought of you giving up on him, the thought of you losing faith in him, it made his hand tremble. He pressed his palm flat against the wall, trying to steady himself, but he couldn't steady the guilt crashing through him. For the first time, he wasn't the cold mafia boss who scared everyone. He was just a man standing outside his own bedroom, realizing he had destroyed the only warmth he ever had, and he didn't know if he could get it back. I keep trying so hard, but it feels like I am the only one. He is always gone, always busy, and even when he is here, he is not here. It's been 2 months since the wedding, Mom, and I have barely lived 1 month with my own husband. I don't blame him. He is working. He has responsibilities. I know that, but I can't remember the last time he asked me how my day was, or sat beside me without being on his phone. Sometimes I feel like I am invisible in my own marriage. I just wanted a little effort, Mom, just a little, but maybe expecting that makes me selfish. I just don't know how much longer I can keep pretending I'm okay. Your mom stayed silent for a moment, and when she finally spoke, her voice carried the softness only a mother could have. Ryan, don't take any decision just because someone else is telling you to. You wipe your cheeks, blinking through the blur of tears. Listen to me, sweetheart. Your life, your marriage, it can't be built or broken on someone else's words, not even if they care about you. Her voice softened even more. You have to take your own decision, not Hannah's, not anyone's. You stare down at Jungkook's half-folded shirt in your hand, finger tightening around the fabric as if trying to hold on to something slipping away. Your mom continued, talk to him. Tell him how you feel. Don't ruin your life because of someone else's influence. Your throat tightened. But mom, what if he doesn't care? What if nothing changes? You whisper. She breathed. Ryan, you will never know until you try. And if after that things still don't work, then you decide what's right, but not before that. Your vision blurred again, tears burning your eyes. Let him hear you, let him see you hurt. A man who truly doesn't care would walk away, but if he stops, if he listens, then maybe there's something left to fight for. You close your eyes, more tears falling silently. The phone hung up, but you were still sitting there, your mom's words still running in your head, your tears falling continuously no matter how hard. You try to hide them. Your eyes went on the clock and you wipe your tears. It's 11 and he is still working. He even have to wake up early to leave for work. You sniff, fix your hair, face, trying your best so that he won't find out that you cried. And no matter how chaos it is there in your heart, you still decided to face him. You stood in the doorway of Jungkook's office trying to keep your voice steady. You looked at him and he looked tired, as if something was bothering him. The pen was still in his hand, his eyes fixed on the papers in front of him, but the line between his brows said otherwise. His mind wasn't here, not in this room. It was somewhere else, tangled in something that scared him, something that crossed his heart and refused to leave. You had never seen him like this before. You hesitate for a second before stepping inside. Jungkook, dinner is ready. You said softly, your voice was calm but your finger curled up into your palm, hiding the way they trembled. He finally looked up. His eyes met yours and for the first time you didn't see coldness or distraction. You saw fear, real fear. As if losing something or someone had been haunting him all day. He swallowed once, as though forcing his thoughts back into place. Okay, I will come in a minute. You nodded and turned to leave, wanting to give him space. But the moment you step out, something in his chest twisted, something sharp and uneven. Maybe it was the way your voice trembled. Maybe it was the way you didn't meet his eyes. Before he could think, he pushed back his chair and rushed after you. Why in? You barely got 3 steps down the hallway before he reached you, his hand closing gently around your wrist. You frozen. He stood behind you, breathing a little uneven from how fast he ran. When you slowly turned, your eyes met his full of caution, concern, confusion. But you looked away instantly, blinking fast to hide the tears threatening to fall. Jungkook noticed, his grip softened carefully, almost scared to hurt you. You wanted to tell me something? He asked quietly, searching your face. You shook your head quietly. No, it's nothing. You try to pull your hand back, but his finger tightened, a gentle hold, not forceful, but refusing to let you slip away. Let me go, Jungkook, you whisper, your voice breaking just a little. He took a step closer. I'm fine. You added, whipping your cheek before the tears could fall, but he saw it anyway, his jaw clenched, his brows pulling together in worry, real worry. He said softly, the coolness in his voice completely gone. Ryan, you really don't think it's important for me to know the reason behind your tears? Your breath caught. His question wasn't demanding, it wasn't angry, it was hurt, it was scared, as if the thought of you crying without him knowing terrified him more than anything else. He lifted his other hand slowly, giving you enough time to move back if you wanted, but you didn't. He wiped the corner of your eyes with his thumb, his touch trembling. You looked up in his eyes, and it feels like he is not asking but knows everything already and wanted it to confirm with you. Talk to me, please, he whispered. You never heard such desperation in his voice, and in that moment you realize this man who spent years hiding from emotions was now desperately trying to understand yours. Your lips parted, but no sound came out. You didn't know what hurts more, the ache in your chest or the way Jungkook was looking at you, like he was terrified of losing something he never learned how to hold. You looked down, voice barely a breath. It's not important. His finger hesitated on your cheek, then he shook his head. He whispered, It is. You swallowed hard, your eyes stunning. Jungkook, please, I don't want to talk right now. Jungkook held you close but slowly pulled back just enough to see your face. His hand stay on your arm, warm and steady, afraid you'd slip away if he let go. Ryan, he said softly, his voice trembling just a little. He set your eyes, taking a shaky breath. I don't want us to keep hurting like this. I don't want you to feel alone or confused or scared to tell me when something is wrong. Your eyes softened, your heart beat loud in your ear. He continued, his thumb brushing your arm gently. If I do something that hurts you, or if my behavior feels cold, or if I say something that makes you doubt yourself, don't carry that pain alone. Your breath hitched. He leaned in just a little closer, his forehead almost resting against yours. Talk to me, even if it's hard, even if you think I won't understand, tell me so I can fix it, so I can try. Your lips parted but no words come out, emotions sat heavily in your throat. Jungkook lowered his gaze for a moment, gathering courage, then looked back at you with an honesty that made your chest tighten. I don't want to lose you because I don't know how to listen. I want to learn you, Wyatt, not just live beside you. Your eyes filled again, but this time the tears were different, softer, warmer. You signed, taking your hand back from his hold. He looked at you with his soft yet pleading eyes. Jungkook, this is all I ever wanted from you. Just hear me. Look at me and see me. Ask me how my day was. Tell me how yours went. Sit with me like a husband and wife are supposed to, like we promised we would. Your voice trembled not out of anger but exhaustion, the kind that comes from loving someone in silence for too long. You don't have to bring me gifts. You don't have to change who you are. But Jungkook, you have to try. You have to let me in. Your eyes lifted to meet his, watery but steady. I married you. I become a part of your life, of your world. But lately, I feel like I'm a part of nothing. Like I live in your house, but not in your heart. He inhaled sharply, guilt flashing across his face, but you didn't stop. I know you don't do it on purpose. I know your work swallow you whole. That your responsibilities are heavy. I'm not angry at that. I'm just... Your voice cracked. I'm tired of feeling invisible to the one person I love the most. You took a shaky breath, clenching your hand together. I don't complain when you are away on trips, or when you come home late, or when you disappear into work for days. I understand all of that, but when you are here, when you are right in this mansion, you still feel far away from me. Tears slip down, soft and quiet. Just give me the time you can, the version of you that able to be here with me even if it's only for a moment. I don't need perfect, Jungkook, I just need you. You whisper, breaking his heart a little. Now it hurts. Jungkook's eyes tear up. He takes a step closer to you and pulls you in a tight hug, making you shock. His hold tight enough to not let go of you, but protective. You felt safe. You were hurt, but his hug felt like healing to you. Your tears fall even harder. You felt him shaking, and he knows that he is wrong, so he didn't even try to defend his actions. I'm sorry. It was the only word that came out from his mouth, but when even a heartless mafia boss breaks like that, you know his emotions are genuine. Years of living away from his family, years of being complete alone had made him distant and cold. Now when you walk into his life with a different kind of warmth, a different energy, he didn't know what to do with it. He didn't know how to handle something so soft when his world had only been sharp. And somewhere in those confused thoughts, he forgot to act on anything at all. He slipped back into the way he used to live, following the same old routine, keeping the same distance without realizing that his priority has changed. The moment he married you, but you were mature enough to understand what he couldn't say. You were patient enough to see the man beneath the cold exterior. I'm sorry you ever felt unseen in a place where you could have felt most loved. I'm sorry I made you doubt your place in my life. His forehead leaned against yours, his breath trembling against your lips. It was 3 in the morning when you woke up, startled by the empty space beside you. Jungkook wasn't there, pulling on a thin sweater. You step out into the backyard. The air was cool, carrying the soft sound of rustling leaves and a few early birds singing. You smiled widely when your eyes found him. Jungkook was sitting on the outdoor couch, hair messy, sleeves rolled up, and 2 cups of hot coffee placed in front of him. There was still time left before he had to leave for his business trip, but what surprised you wasn't the early hours, it was the way he looked. For the first time in weeks, he wasn't glued to his phone. He wasn't shouting instructions at his employees. He wasn't pacing or frowning or lost in his worries. He looked calm, almost peaceful, and somehow that simple sight made your heart soften. You walked towards him slowly, your footstep light against the wooden desk. Jungkook lifted his head at the sound, eyes finding yours in dim garden light. A tiny smile touched his lips, soft, tired but real. Couldn't sleep? He asked, voice low and warm from the cold air. You shook your head. I woke up and you were not there. He nodded, patting the seat beside him. I made coffee. I wasn't sure if you did wake up, but... He exhaled, scratching the back of his neck like a teenager in love. I hope you would. You sat beside him, leaving a careful bit of distance, and he immediately shook his head and pulled you a little closer by your waist. So naturally, like he had been doing it for years. A tiny smile tugged on your lips. Your fingers brushed his when you took it, and he didn't pull his hand right away. Thank you. You whispered, surprised at how gentle he was this morning. For a moment, neither of you talked, just sat there together, sipping your coffee. You closed your eyes and took a deep breath, wondering how things could change so quickly, how speaking your heart out could make the person on the other side finally understand it. Nothing big had changed since last night. It was still quiet. You both still were not talking much, but somehow this silence wasn't heavy anymore. It didn't feel cold or distant, it felt warm, comfortable, exactly what you had always wanted with him. It looks nice today. You murmured. He nodded. It does. Then after a bit, look even better with you here. Your heart shuddered. Because Jungkook wasn't the type to say things like that. Not easily, not often. You turned to him smiling a little too shyly. Are you being sweet because you are leaving again? You teased slightly. He didn't deny it. Instead, he looked at you, truly looked, eyes tracing your face like he wanted to memorize everything before he went. Then a small smile tugged at his lips. Maybe I'm just going to miss you. The quiet words melted something inside you. Without thinking, you whispered, I missed you too, every time. He looked at you and your eyes were down, looking at your fingers softly caressing the mug. And now he realized that how you must feel every time he left the blankness in your eyes, which you always see when he left but never get the courage to finally fill that emptiness space with his love and affection. It wasn't that he didn't want to love you or accept you, he simply didn't know how. He had lived his whole life in this mansion, surrounded by people who carried darkness in their eyes and bitterness in their words. He had never been around someone who made him feel something as gentle as love. And that's when he realized the missing space in his life, a space only a mother could fill, an emotion only a mother could give, love. He was just 3 when she died. His father taught him everything he knew, power, protection, responsibility, but never love. But now watching you beside him wrapped in his hoodie, sipping the coffee he made, your eyes softened with sleep, Jungkook felt something unfamiliar, tightening gently in his chest. Warmth, a feeling he had never learned, never been taught, but somehow he felt it now because of you. You were not loud with your emotions, you didn't push him, you didn't demand his hand before he was ready. You simply stayed quietly, patiently, even when he gave you nothing in return. Maybe that's why last night broke him more than you realized. He heard you cry, heard the pain you tried to hide, heard the fear that he didn't care, and it shook something awake inside him. He looked at you now, your face turned towards the soft moonlight, your lips curled up into a small smile, and he realized how easy it was to fall for someone like you. Someone warm, someone gentle, someone who looked at him like he was more than his coldness, more than his walls, more than his shadows. He shifted slightly, his knees brushing yours, testing the closeness, and when he didn't pull away, he let out a breath he didn't know he was holding. Slowly, carefully, he reached for your hand. His finger brushed yours, hesitant, almost nervous, like a man who wanted to love but wasn't sure if he knew how. You turned your head towards him, your eyes meeting his, and in that moment, without saying a word, he understood something. You were not asking him to be perfect, you just wanted him a little effort, a little warmth, a little honesty, and he could do that for you. He wanted to. Jungkook's thumb kept brushing over your knuckles, slow and careful, as if he was memorizing the shape of your hand, or maybe chuckling seeing the difference of the size of both of your hands. Even your hands reflects the personality of you both, his hard and cold while yours warm and soft. You didn't say anything because after this you want both of you as a real couple, the one in love or maybe like the one falling in love. So you let him take his time to express himself. A long moment passed before he spoke again, quite hesitant but sincere. Thank you, he murmured. You blinked softly. For what? He looked down, his lashes lowering, the morning light catching on the dark strand of his hair, making him even more handsome. His hazel eyes attracting you so much that you wanted to get lost in them, but also wanted to hear what he is saying. For understanding me, for not giving up on me even when I made it easy for you. He said, voice barely above a whisper, your heart tugged. He took a deep and shaky breath as if the words were heavy but needed to be said. I never understood love. You looked at him and your eyes softened by the sincerity in his eyes. I have seen loyalty, I have seen fear, I have seen power, but love, I never had someone to show me what that looks like. He continued, voice quieter now. Your eyes stay on him, on the way his hand shook a little, his gaze lowered, searching for anything to give him the courage to say all this. He looked almost like a child in that moment, a child who desperately wanted to learn something. Something everyone else seems to know except him. I don't know if I will be good at it. I don't know if I will get things right all the time, but I will try. I will try every day. I will try for you. You felt your eyes sting, but smiled, gentle and full of emotions. He let out a soft breath, almost relieved, and the tiniest smile pulled at the corner of his lip. The kind that felt rare and precious. Jungkook was still holding your hand when he inhaled deeply, as if gathering courage for something more. His thumb swept once over your skin before he spoke again, voice low and warm. And when I come back from the trip, I promise, after that for a whole month, no work. Your eyes widened slightly. He gave a small shy smile, the kind that touched only one corner of his mouth. He said softly, my time will be yours, all of it. No trip, no calls, no meetings. His grip tightened gently like he wanted you to feel the sincerity in every word. Just you and me. Your heart fluttered painfully in the best way because you knew how much he lived for his work, how much responsibility he carried, how heavy his world really was. Yet here he was, choosing you, promising you time, warmth, presence, the thing you had silently craved. Thank you, I will be waiting for it. You deserve that. You deserve someone who show up, who stay, and I wanted to be that for you. The morning breeze brushed past, lifting a strand of your hair. Without thinking, Jungkook reached forward and gently tucked it behind your ear. Slow, careful, tender. Just wait for me, I will come back to you. You smiled warmly and leaned and kissed him on his lips. You backed up and looked at him. Have you ever saw a cruel mafia? Heartless, what people said to him, smiling shyly with his red cheeks because his wife just kissed him. You bite your lower lip seeing him acting all shy and cute just after a kiss. This man is something really out of your understanding. I will be waiting, but try not to make me wait for so long.